Hello, motherfuckers. Today is the day I reveal the actual truth. And the actual truth is I lied. When I said I knew Nathan, I lied. When I said I knew these people, I lied, except for Candace. Candace was the only person I knew. I fucking faked it all just to fucking see you fucking react. The pedo bit, fucking hilarious. You fucking mooks buying it at face value, fucking hilarious. You're all fucking sad. The truth is, it's amusing to watch you fucknuts try to scramble and use your virtue signaling points like it's gonna matter. Oof, what a sad existence. What a sad, sad life you must live to be talking about me, to be starting shit with me, just because you have nothing better to do. You know what they say about the most relevant lies? They always mess with you in the long run. And you know what? I'm the biggest liar on the internet for the most part, except for here today when I'm telling the truth, because this is phase 10, the actual truth. I never knew Nathan. I never was a pedo. I never fucking intended to fucking create these lies unless I was actually going to start shit, and then I started shit just to see how you'd react. And you know what the truth is? I don't give a shit. The lies I created, you guys believed at face value. Hilariously adorable, hilariously pathetic, hilariously unavoidably freaking amusing to me as I watched you freaking start running your mouths about me because I knew that if I made myself the target of your fucking irrelevant asses, you'd have something to gain relevance off of. A lie and a lie and a lie. I told you lie after lie after lie. And you think that I'm actually telling the truth? Oof. What is this? What even is this anymore? Now I want to explain to you exactly what the truth is. I don't know Nathan. I only heard about Nathan. Bits and pieces from Candace. Candace can confirm this. I have fucking lied through my teeth just to get a laugh out of this. I've been enjoying every moment of you idiots taking at face value what you thought I was and trying to fucking make it seem as bad as it is. No, I'm not fucking taking calls right now. God damn it, people. Messenger calls, I hate them. Fucking. Hello, Marty.
Hey, Ivan. How's it going, sir?
Well, let me put it this way. Not too bad, except for the fact that I lied through my teeth and wound up making idiots believe face value shit, hilariously enough, proving my point that face value is not trustworthy.
Okay,
It's just like the
so
news. It's just like the news. You should never trust a source you don't know. And I'm a source you didn't know. And when you thought
Ivan,
I actually was doing this fuck shit, no, I wasn't. In
Ivan,
reality, I've been.
can I quote you in some of your messages yesterday?
Oh, my philosophy.
Yeah.
I just ripped that from various posts and philosophies that I found on Facebook.
Okay, said you wanted to create a discussion on a taboo subject because it allows a sort of perception change, allows more free thought.
It does. That is true. That was
You're
actually
talking
part of the
about romantic
philosophy of it.
relations with children, though.
No one's born naturally friggin' innocent. That's the truth. We all make fuck decisions, right? My most fuck decision, lying. And I lied and lied and lied and lied, and now I'm explaining my philosophy. And how face value is a big lie most of the time. Do you
Okay, so
understand where I'm coming from? There
what is
is no true innocence because everyone lies
okay,
at
but what
some
is the
point in their time in
what
their
is the taboo
life.
subject? Lying or
The most
romantic
taboo
relations?
subject is expressing one's own free thoughts.
I would say that one of the most taboo subjects is pedophilia, though.
Actually, no. There's a lot more taboo subjects like cannibalism, rape, etc., etc. But there's a list that goes on. Pedophilia may be seem like number one, but it's on a list of other taboos. And you know what people love? And you know what the most taboo subject is? Fascism.
Fascism.
Yes, it actually is the most researched taboo subject in the history of taboos so far.
I
Because
mean,
fascism in itself has actually caused a lot of grief for those who are trying to understand it. But
oh, so
instead
it's
they get
pedophilia,
manipulated.
Ivan.
But here's the thing: unlike that, the lie itself was the pedophilia bit, which you bought at face value, which was hilariously
But that's
adorable
not
to
lying. Isn't as
watch.
taboo a subject of as pedophilia is, though. Would
Let
you
me tell
agree?
you. Let me tell you something. Okay, you know what the truth is? I fucking lied. Get it through your thick skull. Capiche? I lied about that.
Okay.
How many
so hang on a
fucking
second.
times do I have to repeat myself? I lied. I lied. I lied. I lied. I lied. I fucking lied. There's no fucking other way around it.
Okay, so Nathan A. Dankert was a total lie.
I did know Nathan through friggin', well, not know Nathan through friggin' Candace. I
Right.
had heard about him through Candace. I never really contacted him at all. That's the facts.
Okay. So Candace did or did not know Nathan Dankert?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
What is this
Hello?
person?
Hello.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was just trying to listen in.
Oh
to
shit.
hear Ivan
What's
defend himself about being a pedophile.
You do realize that was a fucking lie. Everything I've said so far up until this point was a
That's
lie.
been bullshit.
The biggest lie. It's been a lie after lie after lie. And now I'm going into phase 10 and revealing the truth. This
That's a
is the
weird-
big truth.
That's a really weird thing to lie about, man. Real
Yes, I
weird.
lied about it so
Really
I could
like
draw
you went out of your
attention. I
way
could
to
draw
goof us,
attention.
dude.
That's what I did. I drew the attention away from other individuals by creating attention for myself so the way I could be the distraction. Don't you understand
Bro,
the point?
Those young girls really have egg on their
There was no young girls involved, you fucking moron. Are you fucking
Solid
retarded?
girl, dude.
Were you dropped on your head as a baby mate? Were you dropped
Yeah,
on your
mate.
fucking head as a baby mate?
Was Nathan A. Dankert just a master troll or a pedophile?
He was just a fucking weirdo from what I understand, but I don't give a shit what the hell he
Man,
was.
you're a
I
real
don't.
normal guy, buddy. Ivan.
I fucking lied, just like everybody else lies on Facebook. And the biggest truth is that right now you're not believing because I've told so many lies. It's kind of
just real
hilarious now
weird
that I'm
to
actually telling the truth
go
because
out
I'm
of your
pulling the
way.
boy card wolf card to show you that face value is never trustable. Educate yourselves. Never trust face value before you fall into the pit that is your own despair. Understand this.
But you
It is
saw
your
children.
own falter to trust face value. It's like the news. I basically became like that news anchor on a mainstream news site saying that, oh, there's this big pandemic when all it is a fear-mongering tactic to scare people into staying home
I mean, let's
and
get off the
create fucking
coronavirus and
panic.
and get into phase 10. The final stage of your pedophilia claims, I believe.
It was a fake. It was a fucking lie. Get your fucking facts straight, okay?
Weird
How many times do
lie.
I have to say this? Yes, it was a weird lie because it was supposed to be ridiculous and it was supposed to be believable, and I created it to be believable by doing the fucking research. And you know what? The research I pulled fucking proved that you can still lie through your teeth and fucking make
But
it believable.
What about you talking to those kids on that weird chat?
That was not even, that never even happened. What are you talking about?
You admitted to it already.
Yeah, I made up that lie. That was part of the lie. Don't you understand?
Wait, so Nathan?
I never
A.
actually
Sager
talked to
doesn't
anyone who
exist?
was under the age of 18. I never did. That's the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. Swear on the fucking Bible.
So you never really called any of those kids' parents or anything like that?
No, I never bothered with that shit because I never even knew that. I didn't even know anybody in the group. I just fucking was there for a few weeks, minded my own business, did my own thing, which was basically just chilling out and fucking checking posts out. That was it. I read posts. I
don't
liked
know,
a few
man.
posts here and there randomly.
The last stream I watched of you, these guys. ripped
Yeah,
you
and
apart
I've
pretty
told you.
good.
And if you look at the, you know what they say. You know the old saying. You know the biggest lie the devil ever told, that he was God. Well, I just pretty much pulled the devil there and pretty much lied saying that I was God because God must have been a pedophile. And if you're gonna say that God was fucking wrong for what he did, then guess what? You're kind of fucked in the head. Either way you toss the dice. Because if you're supposed to be religious and shit like that, look at the big picture. I pretty much pulled a Lucifer here, and you fucking guys actually bought it at face value. It's just
I
like
don't know, it's just a
like,
weird thing to goof
yeah,
about.
it's just like when Lucifer lied about being God. Think about it. Look at the big picture. Here we are in the big picture. Look at the big picture. I made it up. Was very meticulous about how I planned it, so that way I could implant this thought, so I could distract the attacks. So I could distract
attacks to
others.
who?
The attacks of those who I actually was cool with, to keep people off their backs, so the way they could de-stress in the meantime.
So you in a
So I basically played the fall guy, but in my own right, it wasn't just playing the fall guy.
So if you think about it, you're like the modern day Jesus Christ. but with pedophilia. Like you got
Pedophilia
nailed
was
on the cross of pedophilia.
pedophilia wasn't an idea until about 1965. Look it up. There was no such thing as pedophilia until about 1965, when people started having moral changes and perceptions. This is a friggin' fact. The idea that pedophilia has existed since as long as humanity's been around is actually fucking a fact. And if you can't fucking face that, you're never going to be able to face anything else. Because the harshest truth is, no matter what fuck shit goes on in the world, I'm not pro pedophilia. Far from it. But there are some people that were falsely accused as well. Because there are people that do make false accusations to create this fucking illusion, and these illusions cause problems with people's lives and destroy people's lives. By purposely trying to destroy my own life, I aimed to show what it was like through another perspective. Because I created this lie to hilariously dispute the point that there are people that will lie through their teeth just to fucking just to prove something. And my point is, face value is not always trustworthy, and you can't always trust the source themselves, because that source could be actually lying to you and be hiding. That's why I say that's why I don't trust everybody.
You are the
my biggest saying,
Jesus, man.
My most infamous saying is, nobody is innocent, because everybody has a sin. We all have skeletons in the closet. Some of us more than others, but when you have to play the basic role of fucking basically going, you know what, I'm gonna do this, mess with your heads, see how it's gonna fucking work. I do a deep psychological analysis and see how far people will go to virtue signal. Virtue signaling being the biggest sin, because it's hypocrisy in its purest form.
About the whole pedophilia thing or virtue signaling,
I hate virtue signalers more than I hate pedophiles, because virtue signalers usually are pro-pedophile without even realizing it, or they've at least embraced some kind of behavior that is similar, although pedophilia itself is not as taboo as child sex offenders.
So
that is true. However, there are false claims that are made every day by people to ruin people's lives. It's sort of like the Me Too movement. It started out with a good call, with a good intention, and it just went to hell.
I don't know, man. That's pretty funny, though. It's a pretty funny story. The whole Jesus
it still has. It's all gone to hell. Think about it. Signaling thing is so many lies.
Jesus. You should be Ivan Magnus, the Jesus priest, or whatever.
I'm just explaining how it works. The world is.
On the cross for
my teachings may seem strange, and my methods may seem bizarre, and every lie I may tell may be bizarre. But when I'm telling the truth in this case, and this is why I'm actually revealing this. This is step 4 in the final phase. I taken a break, and I'm coming back. My master plan is to, dude. Does it matter if I'm in a relationship or what my relationship status is? No, it doesn't. Not currently.
Well, kinda, because everybody was talking about that back in the day. There was, you said,
that was back in the day. You get the point, though. I created it again. I lied when I told you I've lied so many times. It's actually
right. That's your thing.
It's actually believed me at first and then doubted me, and now they're doubting me because I'm actually telling the fucking truth.
I might be talking to myself, and I might even not like You're so good at lying. This could be a dream. This could not even be real.
You have to understand, everything I've said so far, I've said for a reason. Every lesson I teach is a very strange one. There's a method to my madness.
How do I know
Just like
a lie, though? Was that a lie right there?
No, that was the truth. Because everything I do say, I do have a purpose behind it. I never fucking plan something. That's just impossible for me to not do. It's like fucking, it drives me nuts.
Telling the truth about this right now or not?
You want me to? I'm being honest with you right now. This is step 4. I'm being completely honest with you right now.
This is the real shit right here.
100% legit.
Do you have
absolutely? I will not discuss that matter because it doesn't really matter. The subject is at hand. Is this virtue signal?
It's basically a stuffed animal. It's not a big deal. A lot of dudes have it.
Listen. Allow me to explain it in a way that most people can understand. Everything I've said, every lie I've told, has its reasons. whether ridiculous or believable. Both have aspects that are to teach a lesson. It is like the hardest thing to teach people that you can't always trust the source. It is literally this whole herd mentality, this whole mob mentality. You understand what mob mentality does? It creates weakness of the mind and the inability to think for oneself. It creates followers, not leaders. I'm trying to create leaders, trying to get them to step out of the shadow of a blind societal friggin' lie and one of the biggest hypocrisies that exist, to show them that there is a better way.
How do you do
everything
that
I do,
by
I do for a
lying,
reason.
though?
Because I use the lies to teach. I show them the lies.
What was the lesson for the wife lie? I'm very curious about that one.
The lesson for the wife lie is to never trust the source and always be careful of what you hear, because what you hear on the internet may not be true.
Never
And 99.9% of the time, it's not true. It's usually misinformation, because the internet is full of misinformation.
See, that lesson makes me think that right now, as you're saying that statement is a lie, and it's the opposite.
It's the truth,
of what
though.
You're saying.
No, because if you look at certain things, there are certain things that you have to really look into. Certain behaviors. For example, there's always misinformation being spread about. There's always going to be misinformation, and it's better to see the misinformation than it is and blindly follow it and believe that it's true than actually believe the actual truth once it's set in motion. That's the hardest part for people to accept.
Boy, that is some fucking serious mental gymnastics. It is impressive, Vati.
No, I'm not pulling no mental gymnastics. You have to understand the truth is a lot more complicated than it looks. It's ignorance to follow a lie. It's blissful ignorance to follow a lie. It takes actual thought to understand the truth.
So if
this isn't mental gymnastics, this is science, this is facts.
Had a wife and I believed you, I would have been ignorant. But since I didn't believe you and I thought, man, that sounds like bullshit, I was like not ignorant. I was smart.
You were taking the right steps.
I did. So
in the right direction.
I did that lesson perfectly. I scored an A on the test. I heard you.
But everything, like I said, everything I say for a reason. Every reason. Listen.
Wow.
Allow me to explain something.
Man.
Allow me to explain something. Okay, let's say that I'm the government and I'm hiding a fucking UFO, right?
Sweet.
And I make up this lie that there's no such thing as UFOs. Society, being blissfully ignorant, decides to believe the lie. I just hold a mirror up to that lie and show you what the lie is, and then explain how it can be bullshit. It's just, that was pretty much like an example I'm throwing out there.
Wow, dude.
It's sort of like how the government created the coronavirus. Yep. They
did?
Well, why do you think that they're having such a hard time controlling things? That's why they're doing the quarantine. It was the Chinese government created the fucking virus. They got it to America. America was trying to perfect it. They fucked it up even more and released it in the fucking world.
See, now I don't know, because I had thought that that's what happened, but I can't tell.
Because the governments want to friggin' control us. They do. Through their teeth. And it's only a matter of time before my channel's taken down because I'm exposing the truth. And I expose the demons where they stand. I'm the one holding up the mirror showing the demons where they are. It's just up to society to actually understand that I'm not fucking going to back down until I deliver my message. Delivered away. That's the point I'm trying to teach. Because liars do exist. And some of them are blindly following the same pattern of self-destructive insanity that's delivered them to a point where they can't understand what they're doing anymore. Everything exists. Pedophilia exists in human nature. Whether we like to accept it or not, that's the truth. Human nature is flawed. Know that. And once you understand that, you'll understand why it's so easy to follow the masses instead of actually becoming a leader yourself and stepping out from the shadows into the light. But let's let's continue this explanation with how human nature is very flawed. It's not just pedophilia, it's every other aspect of flaws, from the lies, hypocrisy, virtue signaling. You get the list that goes on and on and on. Pedophilia is nothing compared to child sex offenders in reality. But then again, you have to look at how society creates these taboos for trying to follow this idea. It's sort of like how the female nipple is sexualized. It wasn't sexualized until some fool decided to try to lead and create the illusion that that was a normal thing to think of.
Can you let Marty in?
Hey, thanks,
Understand how society works.
I
It's
appreciate
all
it.
about perceptions, and mass perception is can be the biggest downfall of everything in reality.
Ivan, do you really believe that virtue signaling causes more disruption in society than pedophilia?
It does, because it's a self-destructive pattern. It's what happens with other societies. How the hell do you think they fell? It
By
wasn't
virtue.
sure as hell wasn't it sure as hell wasn't fucking magic fucking thunderstorms that knocked them out.
Oh,
These societies
well,
crumbled because of their virtues changing and their morals being manipulated and changed. These leaders that became corrupt with the idea that they were right all the time when they could be wrong.
Ivan, you also say that
It's a madness.
Sure. You also say that nobody is born innocent, and that
Everyone's
children-
a sinner. Okay, let me put it this way. For those who understand the Bible references, everyone is born a sinner. There is no true innocence. Innocence is an illusion created by society to deceive from the actual fact that from the days of Adam and Eve, and this is if you actually read the Bible, that you would understand that because of Adam and Eve's sins, their child was naturally born a sinner, and every child after that, and so on and so forth. There's no friggin' limit to how far it's going to go.
Okay, I don't
Until
remember-
people wake up and realize that sin is inevitable,
Okay.
and that you're going to embrace certain behaviors that might be considered sinful by others and offensive by others. It's only a matter of time before it all comes crashing down.
Okay, so you're saying that we're just kind of
We're on a self-destructive path. It's what's happening with our society. Every time that someone thinks that they think they're doing the right thing. Sometimes they might be doing the right thing, but other times they're doing the wrong thing. It's all about understanding where you stand, what ideas you've listened to, and everything that makes sense.
as a pedophile. It seems like you're a double whammy right here. You got like the best of both worlds.
The lie about being a pedophile, and I even clearly stated this in the video when I edited the video, and if you actually go back, you can see that I privatized the video and put the pedo bit was a lie.
Why'd you
Which was the
privatize
truth.
in the first place?
Because I could. Because
But
I
why
wanted to create controversy. That's what I do. I create controversies.
And then you realized that
I don't let it get under my skin like you guys have let this idea get under your skin. See, that's the difference. I already know what I'm doing.
So
I'm taking the step to show that there's a lot worse out there. Pedophilia is nothing compared to child sex offenders. But then you also have to consider that the power structure that is existing as we speak is beyond fucked. It's even more fucked than pedophilia. Because you think that when you look at, okay, let's look at how modern socialists want to make the country a socialist country, right? And how they might think that they're doing the right thing. Their ideas might be good at heart, but the road to hell is paved with good intentions. I'm already on the road to hell
Why do you say that?
because every intention I've had has been good.
Why would you go to hell if all
But
of your
it's-
intentions are good?
Because it's a saying. The road to hell because here's the truth, right? You can never be on the road to heaven if you don't understand a certain aspect of yourself, a certain flawed aspect of yourself. My flaw is that I lied. My biggest flaw is the lie, and then the determination to stick with that lie.
Okay, so if you were lying right now, then that would be
It would
unacceptable.
be a double entendre.
Okay, you also said
so
that
to
you didn't
speak.
know Nathan A. Dankert earlier.
I don't know him. I only heard about him. That's the truth. I made up a lie about it to fucking entertain to see how people would react to it.
You called him your
And when
romantic solution brother, and Candace knows him. Candace does know Nathan A. Dankert.
Yeah,
And even
she does know him, but I do not know him like she does. Okay? Do you understand that?
How do you know all about him then?
She told me as much as she could about him. And I got information from her and her brother,
How
who
old is
did
your
contact me. He's a little older than her. I don't know how
brother?
old.
Good. I'm just making sure. Good. Okay, that's good at least. You said that you bullied Nathan A. Dankert off the internet.
Again, another lie I created. I have been very skilled. I've been a very skilled deceiver. Do you understand what I'm trying to explain? And I'm not fucking lying here this time. I'm actually being 100% honest.
So you're saying like a very calculated, methodical manipulator.
Hey, if it, whatever you want to say, whatever you call it, it sounds meaner than that. But actually, in reality, I'm explaining how you've taken perception, and I've flipped your perception to a degree. Whether you accept it or not is up to you.
You seem to know a whole lot about romantic simulation and anime chats. Is that just a joke?
Damn it, not you.
That's Carrie.
I don't know who the hell you are.
It's Carrie. Carrie's good people. I can vouch for Carrie.
Maelstrom. I don't think that's the same person. It's Descent in the Maelstrom.
That's Carrie. Oh my God. What are you doing? Hello, Carrie.
Hi.
But allow me to explain what I'm doing is I'm trying to explain how society's perception has become corrupted. And while I'm not exactly perfect myself, I have done some fuck shit. I will not lie. Especially when it came to the candle incident, when I was being an asshole to her. That was my own fault. I will admit that. However, there are things that I am trying to do to make amends for that. And yes, I make up a lot of shit and I lie through my teeth for a lot of reasons. The reasons I choose specifically, meticulously, and I'm very calculated about it. I know what risks I'm taking, what steps I'm taking. You might not completely understand, but when you actually see the truth, and when you actually understand completely what I'm all about, you'll understand that this whole thing is to flip the basic follower perception to create leaders. Instead of being in the shadow of someone else who's fucked and beyond fucked, I'm trying to create this point where you can create your own destiny. Sort of like a bending your own reality, a sort of living in the moment situation. And I was in the moment, so to speak.
Sure. I mean, Ivan, you seem to know a whole lot about these anime romantic simulation groups.
Did you talk to various people?
Sure. Did you actually participate in those, or was that a lie?
I lied about that. The only reason why I was even I got randomly invited to a lot of them, but I never freaking when I accepted, I just was accepting just to fucking check the posts out.
Okay, because your actual
and look for random photos.
Your actual Facebook involves a lot of very sexual and graphic, furry imagery, and a lot of it is pedophilic in nature.
Well, what you consider pedophilic, it's actually the ones I usually choose are 18 above. I'm very meticulous about who I choose.
Yeah, but there's some children watching their parents have sex.
Every person has an primal instinct, right? The primal instinct to have sex. Every human in existence, once they reach a certain point, then that instinct kicks in, and it's hard to fucking fight. It's understanding that.
In your opinion, what is that age? Like 7, 8?
The primal instinct usually starts kicking in around the age of 9, 10, when they reach sexual maturity.
But
it's harder to fight it. And as a matter of fact, if you look at the way society is set up, look at the Discovery Channel. They have the Discovery Channel, don't they?
Yeah, I believe they do.
Then you understand that they're going to learn one damn way or another. You can't keep someone innocent for forever. It's impossible to do so because there's no such thing as purity. There's only the illusion of purity, which is what virtue signaling creates. Is the illusion of purity itself.
Mm-hmm. So children are born sinners. That's what you're saying. They're never pure.
I'm basically saying everyone is born a sinner. No matter what fucking life, no matter what they do with their life, There's always going to be skeletons in the closet. There's always going to be sins that they're going to make, whether it's stealing, whatever, what have you. But, that's the damn truth. No one is ever going to fucking be free from their sins.
Do you think it is immoral for a 10-year-old to have sex with an adult? On the 10-year-old standpoint, if they want it.
If the parent's okay, then it's not in my control. That's a different situation in itself. Though society standards do vary. Every society has a different standards. Yes, there's different societal standards. There are 12-year-olds that can fucking drink in France. What are you talking about? So shut the fuck up. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Society is fucked beyond fucked, mate. I know exactly what the fuck they're about.
Hey, you don't need to get mad at me because you can't have a 10-year-old in America. I don't know what you're getting mad about. You need to.
I'm not fucking worried about having no damn 10-year-old. I don't want anybody that fucking age because I know the legal limits.
Well, don't cuss
because
at me.
I'm getting fucking tired of fucking people trying to push fucking this idea that I'm actually like that when I'm not. And I've fucking proven it time and time again. And you've bought face value like a fucking moron, which makes it more amusing to me. And I'm pretending to get mad so that way I can entertain the fucking crowd.
We're doing a great
the viewers that actually do view. Because you know what I do? I love that. I'm not actually mad. If you actually listen to my tone of voice, I'm being very heavily sarcastic. Do I need a fucking sarcasm sign, mate?
I guess so. I don't know. Do you have one?
And it's so fucking hard for people to understand the difference between when I'm being serious versus when I'm sarcastic as shit.
Sorry.
Well,
I was laughing at something else.
Because all I know is sarcasm. Because of the bullshit I've been through. And with all the shit that I create, all these stupid lies I created, and they all were stupid lies. That's all they were. Stupid lies that stupid people believed. And a lot of stupid people understand. A lot of the lies I've told, the pedophile thing was a stupid lie. Understand me at a level that is comprehensible to your own psychological instability. You do not realize how much it takes for me to lie like that.
I'm not going around telling people that I'm a child molester.
I did not say I was a child molester. I never said that, you fucking morons. Whatever perceptions you are getting is misconstrued by your own blatant ignorance. It is amusingly hilarious and pathetic.
So
how can you misconstrue the most simple lie and not see through it? When I made up ridiculous shit like I was in a band, you saw through it. Then when I made up the pedophilia lie, I thought you would see through it. Now you idiots will believe anything. How the fuck does that work? It doesn't work that way. None of this ever worked that way. The world doesn't work that way.
Are you acting angry or are you actually angry?
I think that's sarcasm.
I'm annoyed because your fucking tits don't get it. Your fucking tits don't get it, do you? Let me explain. I created a lie hoping you would see through it. Now you're believing it. How the fuck can you be so stupid? So fucking stupid.
Ivan, please.
No, seriously. I have a serious question. How can you fucking believe that stupid ass, most ridiculous, redundant lie I've ever told? It is the oxymoron of what stupidity looks like. You are a prime example of what it takes for people to realize, hey, I'm dumb as a pile of dog shit, because I finally believed a stupid lie that was beyond fucking stupid. It had no point in existing except for to prove a. And when it was believed, I was literally starstruck by how stupid you guys could get. I did not know humanity could be this far down the fucking rabbit hole that it was blatantly fucking pathetic.
Okay, so I have a question. Yeah, I have more questions. So a minute ago when you said a 10-year-old should be able to have sex as long as the parents were okay with it.
If it's in a different country, different countries and the parents consent to it, that's legal. It's what the law states. I have no control over the law. If I did, you damn sure would know. What would happen? The world would be under my fucking thumb.
Oh.
But you didn't say, of course,
I would be ruling with an iron fist and breaking the illusions that our fucking government and societies have created to discontinually friggin' destroy everything that is considered part of a normal human aspect.
So
because
people who
normality
don't
is
want
an
children
illusion.
have to have-
It is an insane person's attempt to try to be sane when they are so far gone, they never see the truth.
Did you say discongenuinely? I mean, I like English
When you're
language
being-
just much more than the next guy. Is that a word, Thoughty?
Yes, being disingenuous is a word.
You mean
Congratulations, Nazi. And to be disingenuously
Discontinuous?
incompetent to be able to register. Here, let me explain it this way. Every phrase I say, every word I use has its purpose. Everything I do has its purpose, whether it's to deceive or to reveal. I know what I'm doing, and whether you
Like,
can see it will be
into-
up
into
to you and
thinking
how
that
you
they're
perceive
friends,
it.
and you reveal that you're a monster.
Yeah, you know who else knows what they're doing? Are people that study this and can identify red flags, whether or not they actually have evidence of what you're doing.
You do realize that everything I'm telling you is pretty much the truth right now, right? There is no freaking reason for me to be lying at this point.
Okay, do you feel like society?
Why would I be so disingenuous
Oh, Ivan,
to
please.
spread a lie like that?
Please, Ivan, let her speak.
I can't get over that word.
Disingenuous.
It's ridiculous, but it's part of the American. It's part of the English language. Once you
Spell it?
understand the English language,
I believe you. Ivan. I'm sure it's a word, just like your stories about grooming kids were a lie.
how do you understand the point that I'm trying to make?
Yeah, I
It's
just
so
have more
fucking hard to-
questions. I just have more questions because I'm interested in this. So do you think that people naturally want to molest kids, but just the virtue signalers keep them from doing it, but like otherwise it's totally normal?
Let me put it this
Well
way:
put.
all morality is a gray area. There is no right, there is no wrong. There is only morally gray.
No, I'm talking about sexual attraction to
Sexual
prepubescent
attraction is a moral gray area in itself. It does not have a specific set of rules. Society
race?
creates those rules to try to create a certain stability, but they're insane enough to continue to change these rules so the way it fits their new moral standards and their new perceptions.
I'm just asking your opinion. Do you think it's
It doesn't
normal?
matter what we do. It doesn't matter
I
who
didn't
you
say-
are. There
I
are
know-
things that you cannot control. Just accept it.
I never said that.
Society is a mass of fucking hatred, envy, and delusion. It is insanity in its purest form.
I'm just asking your opinion because I think it's interesting.
My
how you-
opinion is that everything is fucked. Just accept it.
So
accept,
Plain and simple.
accept pedophilia because it's just how it's going to be in the end.
It is part of human nature. There are some people who have
No.
embraced more of that side of human nature. That is
No.
a flawed aspect of human nature. Human
It's a-
nature is fucked, mate. Human
It's a-
nature has been fucked for eons. From the
It's-
dawn of humanity, there has been fucked shit going on. It doesn't matter what your societal perceptions are now. You may be considered fucked by the future generations. So either way you toss the dice, there is no end to this fucked psychopathic friggin' rampage that is society's own trying to justify what is true insanity.
well, Ivan, you don't think that children deserve a chance at innocence and a happy life?
There
without
is
being-
no innocence. Everything that is and ever was by design. The design is perfect. The flaws that exist are there for a reason. Without them, there is no need for growth. So someone who thinks that there is innocence is suffering from the biggest illusion of them all, who needs to realize that there is no such thing as innocence because innocence itself has been a fucking misconstrued concept by religions, fucking ideologies from old people and fucking generations before us who thought that they knew what was right. When in reality, everything is fucked. There is no fucking innocence. Everything that we do from this point forward could be considered fucked. Everything we do to tell the truth, everything we do to lie, everything we do at this point and every point afterwards and every point beforehand was all part of the design. There is no greater way to explain this. There is no right, there is no wrong, there is only gray. There is no true right, no good, no evil. It is a gray area. We are in a mutual zone where black and white does not become the ultimate. We are in
Ivan,
the ultimate itself by a
Please.
gray area.
Do you have
Ivan,
like?
sorry. Go on, Karen. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
No. Go first.
Do you understand what I'm trying to explain?
Um,
I might seem like a madman trying to explain this, but when it comes down to it, and when I get my fucking Pulitzer Prize, I'm going to be sitting there laughing because I know what I'm talking about.
A Pulitzer Prize, Ivan. Oh my God!
Because
man.
there is no good, there is no evil, there is only gray.
So you really have no objection or any problem with?
I have no problem with what somebody else does with their life. If they want to do something fucked up, let them do something fucked up. That's on them. I'm responsible for me. I'm responsible for my own life. I'm responsible for me. Plain and simple, I don't give a shit what other people do around me. Because I'm not going to be a sheep and let people fucking tell me how to act.
Because of children's
I don't and never
sentiment,
go the distance.
do you think that children can consent starting as young as like 2 because they're just naturally sinful, or 3 or 6 months old? Like, what's your
There
age?
is consent is a friggin' thing that is come up with by humanity. It is nothing more than an idea that has been explained to try to justify what is technically there is no true consent. Everything goes as it's just communication itself cannot be true consent. Do you understand this?
No.
Every
I've
word
been in
spoken is not
situations
always
where I had
consent
consent and didn't have consent. And
to engage.
did they? No. You're
Do
just
you
making
understand this?
stuff up. No.
No, I'm explaining this in a far more advanced method that you don't understand because you're incompetent and incapable of registering the simple fact that there is no true consent. Communication exists only for the purpose of trying to justify what is truly insane.
Ivan, 1 second.
Now you understand.
No, Ivan,
No.
please. You said that you were acting angry.
I hate to
before.
cut this short, but I'm done fucking trying to argue my points and
Ivan,
explain to you
one
that
second. Let me
everything.
say one thing, please, Ivan, you said that you were acting angry before, but you were also acting like a pedophile. Right now, you seem pretty angry, and you're about to rage quit your own stream.
It's not called rage quitting, you moron. It's called I'm actually ending my stream so that way I can hopefully let it dawn on you morons because you don't understand. I lied. How many times do I have to say it? I lied.
Yeah, you
That
lied
is the
about
truth.
being angry.
I lied about being a pedo to fucking create a downfall situation where I thought you would see through it. You morons believed it, making it impossible for me to fucking not see how hilariously pathetic humanity truly is. This is why I given up on humanity.
Okay.
This is why I lost my faith in humanity. Humanity is a bunch of fucking idiots.
I believe you. I'm sorry. I believe you. I can tell now that you're telling the truth.
Mm.
I'm sorry.
So you actually are angry now. It's not just an act.
I lost my faith in humanity years ago.
Did something happen to you as a young man?
I'll tell you what happened to me. I dealt with idiots like you. Boom! Truth bomb dropped. I am done. Peace.
No, Ivan, I'm sorry. Please don't go, okay? I'll leave the panel. It was nice talking to you.
When you fucking lose to take some accountability.
Is he still here? Boom. Truth bomb dropped, I guess.